So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. And yeah, finally spoilers for chapter 277 are out. I think some people have already seen the spoilers, I even posted some of them in my Instagram story. It breaks my heart now that the Tokyo Revengers series is coming to an end. There are so many things happening in this chapter. And it's just so mind-blogging because I feel the story is really rushed. But I still can't believe that we finally reached ending of this story. It's so nostalgic to think the Tokyo Revengers manga is finally ending. So many people already guessed how this story is going to end, and it's quite obvious. Especially after seeing the leaks of this chapter. I too believe this happy ending is fully justified. Because after all the struggle and pain everyone went through, every character deserves a happy ending. Takemichi said he'll save everyone. Including Baji, Emma, Shinichiro, and Draken. And now he not only saved all of them, but he saved entire characters that should have died in the story long back. Takemichi is a man of words, he kept his promise. Even though it took a toll on his mental and physical health really badly. Anyway, people are glad as their favorite characters like Draken and Baji are finally saved from dying. I can feel both Mikey and Takemichi really worked hard for everyone's happiness. For the ending of the story to be so dreamlike. So anyway, before we talk more about what happened in this story, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So in this first leak, we see Mikey and Takemichi meet each other in the past timeline for the first time. Since I don't have the official translation, I can't say for sure what they're talking about. But after seeing all the spoilers, I think they probably talk about what happened in the future. That is, the battle they fought in the final arc. Because both of them recognized each other and started to hit off from their very first moments. It's still kinda weird to me to think how both Mikey and Takemichi could time leaped in the past. I mean, we know Mikey is a trigger. But he killed Takemichi, maybe he gained the time leap ability after that. So only one person can go back to the past. But here, we see Takemichi also time leaped and he has a memory of what happened in battle. It's really confusing. So when the official translation is out, we get more information about this. And I'll be able to explain everything in detail. Like I said before, we can't say anything for sure now based on the leaks. Maybe Mikey explained something to Takemichi, how he could time leap as well. It's better to wait than to jump to any conclusions right now. Coming to the second panel, here both Mikey and Takemichi are so happy. Mikey is jubilant. And is overwhelmed with so much delight to see that Takemichi isn't dead. I'm seeing Mikey's smile after so long. I don't remember the last time he smiled in the manga. Both of them are running so fast, with a broad smile on their face. I'm glad too that Takemichi somehow managed to time leap to the year 1998. Because now, not only does Takemichi know about the future, now Mikey also knows everything about it. Mikey asks Takemichi, what's happening? Takemichi, jumping with joy, replied he has no clue about it. Then, they both shout at each other full of excitement. And say, it's a miracle. It indeed is. What happened in this chapter is no short of a miracle. But once again, Ken Wakui-sensei didn't explain anything about the time leap. Because we're in the second last chapter, and we're having a rushed ending now. Not only this, when it comes to time leaping, there are so many plot holes in the story. And now, how they can call this as a miracle, without explaining anything clearly to us readers. I'm hoping to get more clarity on everything for a better knowledge on Tokyo Revengers. The next leak is my favorite scene. In this panel, we see both Mikey and Takemichi standing on top of a building and discussing what they're going to do from now onwards. So basically, in this timeline, only Takemichi and Mikey know about time leap. Even Shinichiro is not aware of anything about this. It's pretty obvious because Mikey is healthy and alive in this timeline. Thus he did not need to kill anyone to travel back in time for Mikey's sake. But that's not the only things they need to fix. There are so many people who tried to mess up the entire timeline from the beginning. So Takemichi needs to fix all of them, once again one by one. In my opinion, they could have shown this whole resetting of this new timeline in a separate arc. But they want to finish the manga. So we get all these major miraculous incidents in one chapter only. In all the timelines, Chifu is the one who always helped Takemichi. Their friendship is one of the best aspects in the story. It's so refreshing to see such a strong friendship in anime. Because friends like these keep us going. But here, when Mikey asks Takemichi, "What are you going to do now?" Takemichi replied, "I don't know, as I've always been fighting alone. But now I have you." Well, to be honest, I'm not a great fan of the writing in this panel. It's true, Takemichi fought alone in the beginning. But after Chifu entered his life, he was always there for him and Reiken. I don't know, how could Takemichi say this? Anyway, so after this, both Takemichi and Mikey decided they'll change everything together. So in the end, Takemichi never returned to the future. He just relived his past with Mikey. A happy past. Now coming to the fourth leak. Yesterday I got so many comments regarding the curiosity about Kisaki. What is his intention and what will he do in this timeline? Because if he is alive, he will try to crush Takemichi and Toman once again. And we definitely aren't rooting for that right now. But now, after all, both Mikey and Takemichi know about his true motives. Especially Takemichi. To start with, Kisaki was never a bad guy from the beginning. The situations he was into molded him into the way he is now. I feel bad for his character, as he has so much potential in him. But it's all in vain. Also, many stated, Takemichi will be one of the Toman founding members. So finally, everyone's favorite fan theory comes true. Takemichi meets all of the Toman members in the past. When they are planning to form a gang called Toman, Takemichi talks about one of his friend to them, and he wants that guy to join Toman. And suddenly we see Kisaki appear from behind Takemichi. So the guy Takemichi was talking about is Kisaki. Which means Kisaki somehow also befriended Takemichi in this timeline. Therefore, he's no longer a bad guy. Kisaki wanted to become a delinquent because he was jealous of Takemichi. Because the girl he was in love with loved Takemichi instead of him. And it was Takemichi's dream to become a delinquent. So Kisaki too took up the same dream and wanted to become a delinquent. So that Hina loves him back. This was the reason Kisaki tried to mess up every timeline. Now that Takemichi is well aware of everything, he will take the necessary precautions and keep Kisaki at bay. Kisaki might not be able to cause ruckus in this timeline because he will be constantly under Takemichi's check. But I don't think his desire to marry Hina will go away that easily. But, as usual, this chapter did not even explain anything about how Takemichi befriended him. All the events are taking place at God speed level, nothing is shown in detail in this chapter. Then, Mikey too says he wants to invite Sanzu to Toman. But Sanzu doesn't like the idea that much, as it was mainly a motorbike gang. But however, in the end, everyone willingly joined Toman gang. Now, the second last leaks. After this, Takemichi and Mikey changed the entire timeline for the better. They saved all the people, including Shinichiro and Emma, even Baji. Because in this timeline, Kazutora did not kill Shinichiro. It might be because Mikey knew the exact date and time when that disaster happened. So it were prevented from happening. And now, I bet this will be one of the most emotional scenes in the entire series. Every character we knew of joined the Toman gang. I was surprised to see Izana and Kikucho agreed to join. And as we saw earlier, Sanzu joined, and we see Senju is officially in Toman too. Honestly, I somehow have mixed feelings about it. I don't think there was any need to show that the other delinquents are joining Toman now, instead of forming their own gangs. Izana, Kikucho, Inupi, Koko and Senju. These people had their individual gangs in the other timelines. And we all loved the Tenjiku, Black Dragon, and the Brahmin gangs as it was. All these gangs have a separate fan base for them, so it'll be hard on those fans to see this scene. Anyway, in this timeline, Shinichiro is alive, so there is no need for Izana to have a grudge against Mikey. However, maybe he will still be a little jealous of Mikey. Anyway, as Shinichiro wanted Mikey to lead Black Dragons and not him. Kazutora also joined the Toman gang. And it's good to see him in the Toman uniform. In the other timeline, after getting released from jail, he joined Valhalla. But now, since we see Hanma and Kisaki in the same Toman uniform, it's obvious there is no Valhalla gang formed in this timeline. And as we know, there is no reason for Kazutora to go to jail, as the curse which caused him to commit Shinichiro's murder is now no more. So now, he's leading a normal life like others. Anyway, we will talk more clearly about this in the chapter review video. Because everyone has their own unique position in the Toman gang. Which is really interesting. So now, we will be discussing the last leak for today. After all of these struggles, they finally saved everyone. This makes me really happy, maybe they all did deserve this kind of happy ending. Takemichi and Mikey don't need to worry about anything from here on. As they both successfully managed to change their own destiny by undoing all the mistakes that were caused. In this last panel, we see a church. Maybe someone will get married there. I think it's Takemichi and Hina wedding. But I saw a few of you commented, it's Emma and Reiken. Let's wait and see who it will be, we don't know anything for sure. But the possibility of it being a Takemichi and Hina wedding is more. As the storyline of Tokyo Revengers from the beginning was Takemichi's experience of saving Hina by changing multiple timelines. Now that he could at last come to a timeline where everything is in place and everyone is happy and alive, I think they will end the series by Takemichi marrying Hina. His dream is becoming fulfilled at last. So yeah, the next chapter is the end of the series. I am really excited and sad about it at the same time. Anyway, I'll keep making more videos about content related to Tokyo Revengers, so please don't worry guys. Also, tell me what you guys think about these spoilers. So anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.